Okay, so I decided to make a postpartum video, not about like my body and everything, but I wanted to make a video showing and telling people what you go through after you have the baby, like what your body changes and everything and what you have to wear, because I bet if I make this video and girls like myself or girls younger than me see this, I bet they'll think twice about, wanting to have a baby and everything like that. They already should think twice anyways, because it's not a good idea. But if I would have known really what went on, I probably would have been a little bit more smarter. I think I wouldn't have done it, to tell you the truth, because it sucks afterwards. So after you have the baby, well, for me, it was hard for me to get up because you're so used to carrying your baby weight that your body has adapted to that. So whenever you stand up, you're kind of wobbly and you can't really hold your balance that well. And then they make you go to the bathroom, and it feels like, it feels kind of weird whenever you pee because your body's moving back around and everything. And so I don't really know how to explain that. I wish I could, but I don't know. It's like you feel the water going through your intestines, I guess. I don't know. But and you don't poo afterwards, like the same day, because you pooped while you were in labor, because it's called the positive poop test. And for the baby to slide down, it ends up pushing everything out, so you end up pooping on yourself. But yeah, and then this is the fun part. Then they give you this. I wish I had the mesh panties that they gave you, but I don't, because they only give me one pair, and I threw them away. But they give you mesh panties, like the hairnet kind of things, It's like that, but they're like boy shorts. And let me show you one of the pads that they give you. This big old pad is what goes on top of the mesh underwear. Okay, so we have this down. Because I tore, you need ice pack down there. So, on top of the mesh underwear, which feel really, really nice, then you put the ice pack down. See how big that is? Like, it's ridiculous. But anyways, the ice pack. And then, on top of the ice pack, they give you these. If you can see that. Those are for your hemorrhoids. Yeah, they're Tux pads. So you have to put... I don't need these anymore, so I'm using them for this video. Hold on. They smell lovely. But that's what they look like. You put 2 down. Well, I only took 1 out, but you put 2 down. And then you spray, if you tore like I did, or if your butt is hurting really bad, they give you this spray. And you spray, well, wait, hold on, rewind. Don't spray this yet. This is the last thing that you do. Because before that, you fill this bottle up with warm water, and you spray, like, here's the, whatever, this is the vagina, make-believe, and you spray all down there to get the dead tissue that's coming out, to get that off. But anyways, you do this after every time you use the bathroom until you stop bleeding. But yeah, and you do it in the shower too. And so, what else? What was I saying? Oh, and then after you do this, you pat, instead of wiping yourself, you have to pat yourself dry down there. And yeah, You know, it's the normal from front to back, whatever. And then after you're all dry, then you put the spray on. So yeah, after wearing this big old diaper, you have to somehow, because this is heavy, this is very heavy ice pack, you have to somehow try to keep all this up in a mesh underwear and walk to your bed. And you had to change this. I think they made me change this every hour. I had to pee every hour because it got really uncomfortable. It's extremely uncomfortable whenever your bladder gets a little bit full. I think it's because of the uterus coming back down, and also they press on your stomach to make your uterus go back to size. I think this is the size of grapefruit, and then your hand, and it's supposed to be, I don't know, I forget the sizes that it's supposed to go down to, but it hurts. It doesn't hurt, but it's like a cramp, and it's uncomfortable, and I hated it every time they did it. And they did it every 3 hours they came in and did it, and I was supposed to do it every 15 minutes. But yeah, because I hated that it hurt, and then I hated that I had to get up afterwards to go to the bathroom, because every time they pressed on your stomach or on your uterus or whatever, it would push out blood too. But yeah, so you have to change this nice lovely diaper every hour, every 2 hours. And yeah, and so I would recommend getting these lovely things to put around the mesh underwear, because it helps hold it up, because the mesh underwear it sags with all that heavy crap. But yeah, and then you have, oh, I forgot about this. You have to put this on too. It's supposed to go the pad, then the ice pack, and then, wait, it's supposed to do this. The pad, the paper, the ice packs, the Tux pad is what it's supposed to do. I stopped using that ice pack, I think, after 4 days, because I wasn't really hurting it very much anymore. But yeah, and so they say you bleed at most for 6 weeks. I haven't stopped bleeding, but it's not as bad as it was. I don't have to wear that pad anymore, but I think I change my pad every 4 hours or something. So it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it was. And yeah, it's not very fun. So I think that am I forgetting anything? No, breastfeeding. You have after pains. Your stomach, I wouldn't call it, I don't know if it's a contraction, but it's cramping, and it feels like a contraction, so I'm going to call it a contraction because it hurts really bad. And you do that for a good week, too, so that's not fun. And what else? It hurts to walk afterwards. They had to do, I could barely walk. I had to have a wheelchair everywhere I went. And I didn't want to take a shower because I could barely stand up, and because it hurt for me to stand up. So, yeah. I think that's, no. And they give you stool softeners because you can't, like I said, you don't poo afterwards. And it takes, I don't know how long it takes. For me, it took 4 days, and it hurt because of the hemorrhoids, so that's not fun. And, yeah, and I'm still, like, my body is, like, gone back to normal, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it. I still cramp and everything from breastfeeding sometimes, but, yeah. And I'm guessing that is all I have to say. So, I hope this brings some insight to what you have to look forward to afterwards. So, yeah.